If you're stuck on YouTube in 2026 and want to reach your first 1000 subscribers on the channel, then this video is exactly for you. In 60 days, I was able to transform my dead YouTube channel into a business machine, and this video is a proof that everyone can do this. I'm gonna show you all the tips no one else talks about. Hit the subscribe and like button. This information I'm describing in this video, no one else talks about on YouTube, will help you go viral in 2026. Well, first off, the most unexpected advice in this video would be probably the fact you have to turn off TikTok and Instagram Reels to reach the best results in this whole process. Now, in my personal experience, it was October 2025 when I was pretty pissed and I was really eager to open my own business that I really had to lock in and fully focus on it. Now, short story about myself. I have been on YouTube for many years, and in 2025 I was able to monetize my high RPM niche channels, but given school, I didn't really have a lot of time to post videos. And what I posted was probably 1 to 2 times a week, normal, pretty short videos. This kinda helped me get my first money on high RPM niche channels, and I was able to profit around $500 a month, which was definitely not enough for me. And after summer 2025, I was pretty annoyed by the fact that I can't really overcome my threshold of $500 a month. At that time in September, I was going to dive fully into YouTube, but I couldn't get any significant results. All I was able to make was probably $400 for September on one of my high RPM niche channels. But in October 2025, I decided to completely quit TikTok and Instagram Reels. In fact, I was only checking my friends' stories on Instagram and that's it. I decided to completely lock in YouTube and just make as many videos as possible. At that time, I was making 2 to 4 videos a day. So basically, I was working every single day while attending school. So basically, I set a challenge for myself to finally make $1,000 in 1 month. And in October 2025, I did not expect this result, which happened to me 2 months later. Okay, so my first advice, which completely helped in my personal process, was quitting Instagram Reels and TikTok. This was by far one of my best decisions ever. I know this is pretty hard to do, but I was so angry I couldn't make money, so I decided to completely fully focus on YouTube. By that time, I had 3 channels, and 2 of them were based on the high RPM niche, which is the key point of this video. And as of January 2026, I have a low RPM niche channel, which is producing 4 figures a month as of yet, which is also really surprising. I'm gonna explain later in the video. Now, the second advice was to have a feeling that if you miss a day of uploading a video, if you skip a day of uploading a video, this might just hurt not only yourself, but your future success. So by this I mean, if you skip a day, you may lose your potential success if you wouldn't have really skipped. This helped me along this whole month, so not a single day was skipped. Every single day I was posting a new video on all of my 3 channels, which also was the significant choice here. Now this is actually also about consistency, which is playing a key role on YouTube. If you're being consistent, then it helps you 95% to succeed on YouTube. This is one of the most important rules on YouTube I'm pretty sure you've heard of before, and this time it was basically really helpful for me. Now, feature number 3 I was using in this whole process, probably one of my most important advice I can give you, and I didn't really hear a lot of YouTubers talking about it, so this may be kinda unique. If you haven't still liked the video and subscribed, this is finally the time to do so, because this advice will actually help you significantly build your YouTube channel. And this is whenever you fail, this is possible in YouTube, you can potentially upload a lot of videos and 90% of them just fail. Do not really give up, because if you do give up, you may lose any chance of becoming successful in the future. So every setback is actually fine, and this is not possible to have no setbacks to be completely successful from the beginning. So if you may face some setbacks, you kind of have to look at it as a small part of your road to be successful. When I first focused on YouTube for 100%, probably this was the time when I was facing a lot of setbacks in the very beginning, which is why I decided to be completely silent about this whole process and kind of disappear from my friends for about 2 months. Now, what I mean by that, I was actually attending school, and in fact, I finished it with a high GPA. I was communicating with my friends at school, but outside of school, I was prioritizing YouTube over everything else. So I was basically fully locked in, which is, the thing which many people don't really understand. You have to be 110% locked in the process you're doing, and this helps you succeed with the most likeliest choice. So whenever you think you may face some setbacks, try to think in a positive way and have a positive mindset thinking about the success. So basically, whenever you upload a video facing, low views, you have to think that if you fix some mistakes right now, you can escape it in the future and just become more successful. Even though my RPM was pretty high, I still couldn't really get, a lot of views in my niche. Though what is really important to point out, my competitors in my niche could potentially get a lot of views while I wasn't really getting a lot. At that point, it was where many channels would fail, but not really me, because I was, really motivated and kind of pissed I wasn't really, getting it right. But this tip number 5 is actually really crucial. You have to, understand you're doing everything correct. You have to get a really, popular niche, yet having a big RPM. How to find a high RPM niche, and in general, how to set up your YouTube account, posting videos properly. I'm gonna explain in one of my future videos on the channel, so be sure to be subscribed to not miss it. So understanding that you have the right niche, you're posting correctly, and you analyze your competitors, analyze your previous video performance, helps you really understand what your channel is about and, engage with your audience the most efficiently. Week number 2 in October, I was actually able to make my monthly pay last month in just 2 weeks, but it still wasn't really enough because I was spending so much time on YouTube and posting as many videos as possible. I was posting every single day on my 2 high RPM niche channels, and it just wasn't really enough. But then week 3, which also brings us to tip number 6, be resilient over time. Not only consistent, but you also have to be really resilient in doing your work. Week number 3 is when I went viral. Now what's really interesting to point out is that I definitely was monetized on both of my channels by October, which is why it kinda helped me overcome this really hard step of just, posted videos and not getting any money at all. This is the exactly hard moment which pushes many people to give up on YouTube channel. Now the most important fact here is that you actually have to be really hardworking, because week 3 I was actually able to make more than 1 monthly revenue previously. So I made over $500 in just 1 week, which was pretty insane for me. At that time I really realized I have to keep going, analyzing my topics, analyzing my video performances, and just keep going. Tip number 7 is to make your business plan and just be confident about it. This also is related to people who kind of discourage you from doing your business, so you kind of have to ignore them, but you kind of really have to focus on your work. What is also really crucial on YouTube is probably the fact that you have to have a solid business plan which has attainable goals. So in my personal case, in October 2025, when I was completely pissed, I made a really detailed business plan on what I should do in the following months of 2025 to finish 2025 really solid, which by the way helped me just 100%. Now advice number 8 is set your time frame when you want to get monetized and make your money. On YouTube you have to have 1000 subscribers and 4000 watch hours to get monetized, which is pretty attainable with long videos especially. And by the way, all I'm talking about in this video is about long format videos that basically bring you the highest RPM on YouTube possible. But people who post shorts can also make solid money. I have a friend who's making a decent amount of money by just posting short edits. Okay, November 2025 was the turning point in my business because I was keep posting videos as much as in October basically, but in this case I was analyzing my previous videos, and in fact I wasn't copying my competitors' videos. I was making something more unique about them so that I catch people's attention more effectively. This was really significant because it actually helped me build my audience way faster. So advice number 9, make something unique to your content. This may be about the thumbnail, some features inside your video as well, and anything that's new that makes sense to be on your channel. So the thing, you have to stand out from your competitors. Though having the same niche or content, you kind of have to make some new adjustments on your channel to keep more subscribers coming to your channel and just becoming unique as a whole. Okay, now the most important part of the video, November 2025, but that was actually to make a lot more money but not really having millions of views. If you are in a high RPM niche on YouTube, you don't have to get millions of views to make solid 4 figures every single month. In fact, a couple years ago when I had a low RPM niche channel, which was a gaming channel, I was getting millions of views. It could be just barely 1,000 from 1 million views on a gaming channel. But December is when, as we know, RPM gets as high as possible. It's the best month for YouTubers in the whole year, so the RPM can increase 20%. For me it was something like it, so my revenue even increased, and I decided for December to increase the quality of the videos, and I was able to work with my friend who helped me a lot with this process. I fixed my mistakes which I made in November and October 2025 and just implement a better concept, becoming much more efficient with my time in December 2025, but actually spending less time on the video. December by far was the most profitable month, and even January is pretty close to December for me. Still, December is by far the best month on YouTube. I was able to make for the first time 5-figure on 3 of my channels. And by the way, the third channel, which is a low RPM niche channel, which previously, you know, in 2025 summer could potentially make up to $100 a month, but usually was making $20 a month, $50 a month, really low numbers. I was able to make more than $1,000 from just low RPM niche channel. This was completely incredible. And by the way, this channel is having a way lower RPM in January 2026, which is basically a little unfortunate, but still I have 2 other channels which make just enough. So I gave you my most important tips which helped me succeed in the late 2025. If you use these tips in 2026, then you can become successful in several months, as I personally did. Though I had a monetization on all of my channels, I still believe I could have got monetized in, you know, probably just 1 month in November, and then in December literally make money. So if you're kind of discouraged by making videos because you're facing, you know, like 200 views on a video, this is completely normal. Just keep doing so, keep uploading a lot of videos, just lock in 110% just fully into YouTube and post as many videos as possible. Analyze your analytics, but also try to save time and, you know, be as efficient as possible. After this whole process and all these tips, you can potentially get monetized as soon as in 1 month. So I'm gonna share more experience on this channel, and I promise you don't want to miss it. So make sure to follow the channel and let's get 200 subscribers on this channel. I kind of have to describe this whole thing which happened to me in the late 2025 to you guys, because this is actually really incredible. I wish you guys good luck, and I'll see you guys in my next video.